number one funny man. What? Hey! Make some noise! Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's number one funny man, Rodney Perry. Make some noise!
Your boy Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live, and we are indeed live today. Thank you for tuning into the show. Appreciate you. Victor Marshall in the building, bright and early. Mad love, mad respect, especially since he's on the West Coast. It's always a pleasure, Victor, to see you chime in. Getting ready for Cold and Windy is returning. The show I did last year, WeTV, it is coming back. I got the word from the producers and the director. Cold and Windy is coming back. Cannot wait for that. There's a little buzz on the line. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. Anyway, I've been taking strides to make this show look better. I don't know if y'all can vibe that out, feel it right now. So one of the things I did, I been using a DSLR camera, mirrorless camera, which is acting as my my video, because what I was using is my laptop camera on my laptop, and I didn't even realize how blurry that is till I started looking at this shit. And now I'm not only on the camera, but I'm doing HDMI as well. I'm full 4K. I might be as high as 1080p. Very dope. Adrian, what's up? Newark, New Jersey, Delaware in the building. Mad love. Thank you for coming in today, Adrian. Appreciate the love, the respect. I'll be doing a cameo on Cold and Windy. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, if they said it's going to happen. Appreciate you coming in, Mr. Adrian. A lot of stuff to get to today. My co-hosts are in the queue, one of them at least. I'm super excited to talk to this guy. He's maybe one of the smartest people I know, and just a good guy. You know, in addition to being a fabulous comedian, welcome to the show. We've rocked the road together several times. Weight Ball is in the building. What's up, Weight Ball?
What's going on? Happy to be here. Good morning.
Hey, now Weight Ball, you're an engineer, man. Were you always I mean, you had to be strong in math to be an engineer, right?
Right. So technically, just so people don't, I mean, I got a PhD in environmental science and engineering. My focus is more the environmental science side than the engineering, but
okay.
Yeah, you do have to have
is environmental science. What does that mean?
Well, it could be anything that is going on outside, basically. It still combines chemistry, biology. What I do is in the field of public health. So technically, what I do on a daily basis is we look at measurements of people's air and water for specific contaminants. And then we, it's basically what's called an exposure assessment. We tell them, have they been exposed? Is it likely that that results in health effects? You know, are there cancer implications? And this is all just based on literature on that contaminant, specific contaminant. So
got it. Now let me ask you this, Weight Ball. I mean, I'm sure in your field, there's a certain acceptable amount of contaminants that can be in water and air that we just go, you know what, that's gonna be in there. Little feces never kill nobody.
Right. So every contaminant is toxic at a certain level and is non-toxic at a certain level. You know, some things, you know, I mean, nowadays technology can measure something so small, right? So as technology increases, you can always measure something in the air. And, you know, too much of anything is toxic. You know, too much water will drown you, right? But water is good for you. So
Indeed. So let me ask you this, man. Should we be looking forward to an uptick in COVID? I got a friend that got COVID yesterday, and I mean, I don't foresee it bringing the world to a screeching halt again. But I just was wondering what your thoughts were with that.
Well, my thoughts are usually conspiracy based, right? And I'm
Right.
not necessarily a
I mean,
believer.
but you're not allowed to have conspiracies because you know the facts.
Well, it's not that I'm so high up in government work that they're gonna tell me, "Hey, come into this cave in the apocalypse." I'm not gonna be one of them people that they invite in the cave. I'm pretty sure
They
they
gonna
got
make the cave. Come on, we need you in the cave.
they got some upper level scientists, some cutting edge scientists that I just kind of operate within science, but I'm definitely not at the point where I'm developing new science right now. Yeah, I mean, I think we've already been desensitized by the first time it all shut down, right? So I think now when they release bigger things, it's all about what gets televised. So uh, I can see a lot of people dying and it's not televised, right? If it is televised, it's just because they selling some new vaccine, or if it makes it on television, for me, it's about putting fear in your heart,
Uh-huh.
in your money somehow. It's be scared, do this. That's usually the combination of it. So uh,
Yes, sir.
I think it just depends on whatever they're talking about. I usually try to think maybe the opposite is what's really gonna save your life. I don't know.
How about that? Hey, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. That young man is Wait Ball, a fabulous comedian. Have had the pleasure of watching you. When you do have your aptitude, you're a smart guy. Like, why comedy?
Well, I've always been a person do I do stuff because sometimes it does come easy. Now, comedy is never going to be easy for anybody. I think everybody who does it, some people are naturally funny, but you still got to work at it in order to have a real set and be able to control a crowd. And it is a whole little psychological aspect of comedy that is way deeper than people think about when they just think, okay, comedy is cool. But you really psychologically being a puppet master for a whole crowd and you telling them to laugh on cue and you
Yes.
setting it up so that they laugh on cue. And to me, that's a monster. You a monster when you take a whole crowd and you making them. You puppet. I feel like I'm the Godfather just for that.
Well, you absolutely are, man, and that's a great point because as artists, you never think about the power you wield as a comedian, man. By, like you say, controlling the whole room and controlling the way people think and move and react. That's a great sentiment, man. I completely agree.
So for me, I have achievements. Like I say, I got a degree. I got degrees. Right, my first degree was chemistry. That was a monster to get, and then to get a PhD, I was probably like 30 when I got that. I shine. I excel at various things. I struggle at things, obviously, right? I'm still waiting on the weight loss guru. I'm still gonna figure that part out. I think that's gonna be my final testimony when it all comes said and done. But yeah, it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's nothing like it. It's I mean, don't get it wrong. I've tried drugs, but ain't no drug like comedy. When you get off stage and a standing ovation, ain't no drug like a standing ovation.
Hey,
You
man,
know,
when
that's something else,
people
right?
are yelling and screaming your name and they don't know you, they're not friends, they're not family. Like, I know people that are funnier than me, right, in real life, but they won't do it in front of strangers, and that's what makes us special.
Right, right. I totally agree. I totally agree. And then part of it is as a comedian, you pick and choose where to be funny. So I'm not walking around life always on stage. A lot of times I'm able to relax and just
I
take
can't
a
stand no motherfucker that's always on stage, man.
always on stage. You're like you can't have a conversation without.
If you
You
don't
know,
shit your ass up, please.
I agree.
So all right, well let's get to the show. My name is Rodney Perry. That young man is Wade Ball. This is Rodney Perry Live. We do the show every day. How about this? Did you see this story? Terrell Owens got hit by a car.
I did see that.
T.O., I saw people going, get well, whatever. I didn't know what it was. And so I went on my Hot Topics app and wow, Terrell Owens, man. I mean, the guy is in tip-top shape. and something crazy like this happens, man.
But it was like right after he had a basketball game or something. They said he had a dispute on the court, and then he got hit by a car. Like they were two related things.
Was it the person that he had disputed with didn't run him over? Did he?
Nah, I didn't get the whole story, but when you read headlines, they make them misleading sometimes. And
yeah, on purpose, man. Sending prayers out to his friends and family, man. T.O., man, get well. And how random is it to get hit? Like, you would think in 2023 people would never get hit by cars.
I'm not a grown person. That's something that kids do.
You know what I'm saying? You know what though? I'm crossing the street the other day. People don't slow down no more, man. Like, if you in the crosswalk, they like sped up. I'm like, what you gonna fucking hit me?
Nah, I do understand that. And actually, when I do understand that because people, sometimes to me it's the audacity, right? So, most times black people, I'll see them stop on the corner and tell the car to go by. That's what I usually do. I'm like, go on by. No, I'll wait right here. I know I can control this by me on the sidewalk. But white people, they will walk straight through if they got the walkway, and they won't even look toward the direction of the traffic.
How about that?
They blindly walking through like
they got bumpers
on. Or like their life is that valuable. I just know as a black man, I know how America. You better just watch your own back. You know what I'm saying? Right, because something gonna happen.
Hey, JP Justice is in the chat. What's up, JP? Welcome to the show today. JP, I'm using a new video system. Nice and clear. How you like that, homie? Shouts out to Chris Renee is in the building. Adrian says, wow. Yeah, T.O. hit by a car. DC Young Fly has had a crazy year, man. I don't know if you've been paying attention. The guy recently lost his sister. Of course, he lost his cousin, and he lost his baby mom this year. What a crazy year! But on top of all that, he's also the host of the new show, Celebrity Squares.
I did see that. That's cool right there.
As you deal with real life and what's going on with us, you can still have some good fortune. So God bless DC Young Fly and his friends and family, man. To lose three major people in your life, that really tests your belief in God, I'm sure.
Definitely. And one thing, he always has a strong, positive word. He's definitely spiritual. And that's always been because when you look at him from the outside, you see the character more than the man behind it. So. And that's just about all comedians. We are humans, right? Off stage, we humans. Some of us are the same on and off stage, but some of us step into a different character, right? That is somebody who, if on stage, if you got a whole lot of energy on stage, you can't maintain that energy throughout your life 24 hours a day, right?
Hey man, my show was so action-packed and energized as a young Rodney Perry, right? And I remember Ronaldo Ray and the great Rodney Winfield watched me and it's like, nigga, you funny, but you're not gonna be able to do that shit a whole career.
I feel you.
We love all that jumping around and shit. Congratulations, but nigga, ain't no way you can keep that shit up. Like, when I noticed that the most, when I notice like couples that be doing too much, like they be too lovey-dovey or too this, too that. I'm like, you cannot maintain that shit, man. Like, if you're a man
everywhere
and you take it to fucking Dubai on the first date, where the fuck you go next?
I agree.
How can you maintain that level of flyness? And don't get me wrong, some guys can. Tell me this way, Ball. Where are you on distance relationships? Does distance work at all?
Long distance relationship?
Yes.
I guess it depends. Relationships, everybody's relationship is different. And I try not to, you make the rules of your own relationship. Nowadays, people got two wives, if you got two wives, is that really being monogamous? If you got multiple wives, some people, you got open relationships. And my main thing is just be respectful. So if you live out of town, to me, it's easier to maintain a relationship. But it depends on how much, they want. Like for me, An out of town relationship might mean we talk once a month, and I'm cool with that. Most women probably not cool with that, but it just depends on what you demand.
Right, man. You know, I'm just not a fan of the actual idea of the distance relationship, man. If you don't have the disposable income to see a person on a whim, like
Right.
you gotta have the money to go. I'm on the way. I'm coming to see you tomorrow night. I'm coming to see you this evening. Hey, baby girl. You know what? I'm coming. I'm coming to your city tonight.
Right. Well, I mean, if I had a long distance relationship, it wouldn't be monogamous. I mean, so a lot of times people say relationship and monogamous, like they got to be the same thing. To me,
Oh wow.
you gotta have a monogamous relationship. You can just be out of town, and I got a lot of love for you. If you're stranded, I can cash at you from out of town. So my thing is, I can always pay one of your bills from wherever I'm at. What you really want? We got a telephone.
I'm not mad at that at all.
You know, we got FaceTime, and you know, you ain't gonna be the only person. You know what I'm saying? It'll be all right. It'll be all right as long as I got somebody else that's local that's gonna take care of me. And then when I'm out there, it's gonna just be me and you. And you know,
man, you a pimp, way ball. Okay, let me ask you this.
Nah, a pimp don't be paying bills like that. I'm more close to the trick. I'm closer to the trick than the pimp. But whatever.
Hey, I be tricking myself. It ain't. They say it ain't tricking if you got it. So look, wait, ball. Let me ask you this, man. I'm at the barbershop last week, getting painted up, getting my hair blacked out. I ain't no check my game, way ball. And I was trying to wear like the dark brown. I'm like, fuck that, jet black. I want this shit black as you can get it. I want you to paint my scalp a little bit so when you fade it, it match. Because you know what I realized? Barbers don't know how to cut gray hair.
Oh, okay. So they can't.
Like, if the nigga don't have gray hair, he cannot cut gray hair.
And is it just because of the color gray that they can't figure out? Because to me, gray hair is a wilder hair. Like if you got black, like I got salt and pepper, gray hairs be all out. They don't lay down.
The gray hairs are the niggas of the hair world.
I'm talking about they stubborn as hell, man.
They Nat Turner. Gray hairs are each one of them is little Nat Turners. They rebellious.
Right, and they don't like to lay down. So yeah, I can see them not being able to cut gray hair based on the texture because they don't act right.
They don't act right. Now,
because you died, does that make them fall in line?
They lay down. Now these is great, but when I put some color on it, they calm down.
They calm down. It's just okay.
All right, here we go. I'm at the barber shop. I meet a young man. He is in a polygamous relationship. He has 3 wives. 2 of them were there with him, getting their eyebrows done. But one of the barbers is straight macking to the girl in his face. And he wasn't tripping. I'm like, this dude is either the most secure guy in the world or he's oblivious to the fact that niggas is hitting on this girl.
I mean, yeah, that's disrespectful. If you done already said they're a woman and everything, then I mean, but you know how people is, they be like, oh, he can't handle all of them. He can't handle both of them. That nigga, he can't be. But I mean,
the barber was slick with it though. He wasn't in his face. He was like, "Hey, pretty girl, you know you got a really muscular physique. I know your boy is muscular, bro." But and I'm sitting there going, "This nigga is evil."
Evil, right? Yeah, I mean, people. I mean,
but let's talk about poly. Would you ever consider a poly relationship?
Well, I mean, I've been married one time. It didn't work out. I'm divorced now. So to me, if you marry one woman, that's a responsibility. Like her happiness becomes your responsibility to some degree. So now you got 2 of them. That's just to me more obligation. That's like, I mean, and then you got 3 of them. I mean,
is her happiness your responsibility? Ain't it her responsibility? Cat Williams say it's self-esteem, bitch.
Self-esteem, right? Right. I mean, I agree, but when you're living with somebody every day. When you look up 5 years later, who they gonna blame? They're gonna look at whoever they see on a regular basis and say, we could be doing better if you just, people don't really look internal. You know what I'm saying? It's the person that you with on a daily basis that you take for granted. And it go both ways, you know what I'm saying? But you see them every day, you take it for granted, just like waking up every day. You don't always wake up and be like, thank you, Lord. Hell, I could be dead today, but I'm here.
But I'm here.
You try to remember stuff like that and take the time to look at the sunrise or sunset. But we take all of it for granted on a daily basis. So,
yo, you definitely had to be a special type of person to attempt to manage 2 or 3 women.
That's to me, that's a headache, man. That's a headache waiting to happen.
That's a fucking huge headache. Ain't no way it's not a headache.
And I ain't got that many kids. I mean, I see it if you knocking them up and you got 15 kids and you got a compound and you know they homeschooling them and you need 6 titties of breast milk because you just got all them, you know, you just keep them breastfeeding. They ain't never stop breastfeeding. They just, you know, running back to back kids and they all helping out. I mean, I can see that, but if you ain't having kids like that, then you know, I need 2 of y'all to go on to work. Let me chill out at the house. You know what I'm saying? I can just cut grass and do the yard.
How about that? Granny Wiles is in the building. I see you, Mama Miss. Andromeda Jones, I see you. Adrian, welcome to the show, Adrian. We're talking about the poly life. Is that something you consider? I'm gonna say no to poly. You know, I got one wife and I have a hard enough time managing her. You know what I'm saying? And keeping and attempting to make her happy. Forget actually doing it. Forget. So let's cover this while we on this subject, man. Jada Pinkett, who appears to be unhappy, but she did say yesterday. She's like, I think y'all misquoted me. Me and Will are in a great place now. So I guess we're getting all the stories after the fact because the book is out. So we're hearing about what's going on in their life. Monique was very clear on the Big Ticket show. She was like, look, it's none of my business. I'm staying out of it. And I'm inclined to agree with her, weight ball, but I'll say this. The reality show that is the Will Smith family, the Smiths, I'm invested in it. And I feel that they as a family have tricked the shit out of me.
And what made you believe that they was more like the Huxtables than the
Yes. And now all of a sudden y'all wasn't even together for 10 years. Come on, dog.
I mean, that might be the easiest way to have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got to live with them on a daily basis,
it might work. It might just
got enough money to do it. Everybody need their own house. Everybody need their own girlfriend, boyfriend. But
why you bullshitting, weight ball? When you're well off, when money is not an issue, you do find people find a way to make it work. Yeah. I've seen it. I got rich ass friends, and
unconventional.
Women are more likely to calm the fuck down when the man is rich.
I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, you know, finances was always, and actually, I mean, even in my marriage, I didn't get a divorce until I started making some money. And I was like, all right, we ain't got to argue. We ain't got to argue. Here you go. I'm going to get up out of here and, you know, it'll be all right. So,
now, you know, you heard this story. Nelly and Ashanti are an item again. Nelly just bought Ashanti this crazy necklace, beautiful necklace. And, I kind of like them as a couple, man. They seem like good people. What's your thoughts on Nelly and Ashanti?
I mean, I try not to get hung up on nobody else's relationship because I feel like, you know, people do what they do. You know what I'm saying? People live how they live. Every man is a man. I'm just saying if I'm rich as hell, I ain't gonna be that faithful to nobody probably. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel he must really like Ashanti. They've been together and on and off for a long time, but either way, you just got to have an understanding. I mean, is Nelly with Ashanti versus Nelly with any other supermodel? I mean, I think if I was a rich entertainer, I'd probably go get me a regular gal. You know, but it's hard to find a regular gal. You ain't gonna come across no regular gal.
Find a regular gal when you are Nelly. You know, you gotta be side eye and kind of low key everybody.
Right, I do feel you there. I mean, I ain't mad at them. You know, I guess they need to make a couple more songs together. Is they like Jay-Z and Beyonce? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm from St. Louis, so number one, I grew up in the same neighborhood as Nelly, so I really ain't never gonna have nothing bad to say about Nelly.
Of course not. Of course not. And that country grammar, man, that thing they created out there in St. Louis, man, is unprecedented. Well done, Nelly, and shouts out to Ashanti. Let's look at this video, Wade Ball. Rock. Here, check this out. Tell me what you think. Let's see.
Savvy, Christian, clean, hygienic, nice smile, family oriented, and
you're wild. You want a lot.
Right.
You're asking for a lot.
I mean,
you're not
hey, you asked me.
Yeah, but that's
It's like Superman every time.
It's kind of wild.
I mean,
Every time you ask
did
that
I say
question.
one thing about must be an athlete?
you
must
said
be a,
you said athletic.
I said in shape.
In shape
That's
is athletic. What's in shape?
In shape means your body looks toned and you go to the gym.
Girl,
You want them in shape, go to church, go to school, take the kids to school, cook.
No,
wait, we didn't even say
Yeah.
we didn't even
You
say
want him
nothing
to
about
do everything.
Wade Ball, is this lady losing her damn mind? I mean, first of all, let's go here. Let's go here, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it on the Riding Perry Live show this morning. I'm gonna say it, Wade Ball, and I ain't scared to say it either. I'm sick of regular looking women wanting a lot.
Say she regular.
She at best, and I'm being nice. I mean, there's no disrespect. Let's look at it one more time. Let's look at it one more time. Look at it one more time. Come on. This thing is kind of respond this slow.
Savvy, Christian, clean, hygienic, nice smile, family oriented, and
Is she asking for too much, Wade Ball?
Man, she just wanted somebody. I mean, from what she just said, she said clean, hygienic, family oriented, a nice smile. I mean, I ain't mad that you want somebody with their teeth. She didn't. She said business savvy. That on. I guess that means she want them to have money, but you know.
She's saying all that, but do she get that? Like, she is a regular faced lady.
Yeah, I mean, to me,
wild. You want a lot.
Right.
You're asking for a lot.
I
you're
mean,
not
hey, you
putting-
asked me.
Yeah, but that's
It's like
she-
Superman every
taking
time.
all the boxes.
it's kind of
I
wild.
mean,
Every time you ask
did
that
I say
question.
one thing about must be an athlete?
You
must
said-
be
I don't know, man.
You know, if she checking all the boxes now, if she asking for all of that and then she ain't no super freak or something, then that's an issue. That's to me the only issue.
Okay, so you say forget the looks, your ass better be nasty.
No, but I'm saying her looks is good enough for grade A nasty. Like she got, if you want to call her B, even B minus, she just got to be, you know, just make it all average out. That's all.
So you got to average out the funkiness, her funky freshness. Okay, let me ask you this.
And
Do
just
you-
her attitude. Like, is she really somebody who, you know, is just a comforter? You know what I'm saying? As a man, if you working all day and you busy or whatever, you know, I mean, she could dictate that if she really makes a place comforting, and that's what you're looking for because you're family oriented. You got to look for somebody who looking for what you're looking for. There's some man out there who want all that, you know.
What level of freak do you want your woman to be? Like, but not your woman, a woman in your life. Like, what level? Like, I realize I'm not as freaky as I thought I was. Because there's some new shit out there that I'm not doing, Wade Ball.
I feel you there. I do. I mean, I ain't probably that freaky either. Like when you talk about the new stuff that's out there, like I ain't really out there trying to wild out too hard. You know, we're gonna try some things, but
Is you spitting in their mouth, Wade Ball?
no, to me that's it's a way, it's more demeaning than anything. So, you know, I mean, I'm not saying it is an exchange of fluids, but I mean, I'd rather put something else in your mouth than spit. That to me, that's like me slapping you in your face. And some people get turned on to that. That is one of the
That's the new thing, though. The slap and the spit is the new hot joint.
no, not in my face. Like you can slap my ass.
Hold on. First of all, don't let nobody slap your ass. You hear me?
Hey, who am I to say don't slap my ass? We rolling
Damn.
around and doing all this. Just slap my ass. I done been whipped a couple times, but I ain't gonna be handcuffed.
I don't want no. I'm definitely not. My wife been trying to handcuff me for 20 years.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna do the handcuffs. But I take a whipping. Shit, I snatched the whip and whipped myself one time. I'm like, fuck it, you doing it wrong. And then she like, ooh, you crazy. You crazy as hell.
Definitely crazy. All right, y'all. Hey, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in Rodney Perry Live. That man is Wade Ball. Okay, here you go. Check another. This is another video. Wade Ball. Let's see what they're talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
But nah, man. So I'm talking about this first day action. Let me tell you what happened. We get to all the girl and I pull up. So I go to get out. She ain't moving. I'm like, you coming? She was like, no. I'm like, damn, what I do wrong? I thought we had plans, whatever. I'm trying to show you a nice time, whatever. She said, I'm sucking it first. I'm tasting you first. Man, that girl went. The doc got 3,000 before the 3,000 existed.
You know, I ain't got no time for
She ain't got no time for it. She ain't got no time for it. Hashtag no time for it. Straight up.
Wade Ball. You're on the first date. You get out, you arrive at the restaurant to have a good time, and the girl wants to dust you off. Is this unacceptable or is this welcome?
I mean, I think as a man, it's probably always welcome. I ain't gonna say always, but if you about to take her to a nice restaurant anyway, and you got in your mind, oh, I'm about to spend some money, and hopefully this works out at the end, that takes all the pressure off, and then you could be yourself. See if you really like each other. Now I could be me, that I ain't faking it, trying to hope to get this at the end. Gawk me early, and then gawk me, then get to know me. But I mean, now don't get it wrong. They might have had some phone conversations. Maybe they already had a good understanding of who each other was.
Right.
Women, it don't take long for a woman to know if she really like a man or what she want out of him, and then maybe she was wanting more out of him than he was wanting out of her. He was thinking, yeah, I'm going to get gawked up, but she just trying to get them bills paid. I think in general, if a woman is sucking a man off on the first date ahead of time, it's an investment for her too.
Well, how about that? Now I know, like, I don't really think like this, but I know a lot of friends do. When women do wild stuff to them, they assume they're doing it to everybody. And so his ego kick in and maybe don't feel a certain kind of way because she did that on the first date. Do you think less of a woman that's that open like that?
I don't know if it's less or more, but you do feel a certain type of way. You're not gonna feel like that's you the first person. You be like, all right, I'm pretty cool and all, but come on now. Come on, Gawker. Come on now. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty amazing, but I'm sure you felt that way before. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna say you head over heels and in love. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you put them in a certain category. I don't know. I mean, either way, it's just kind of like you take a stripper out, or I'm gonna call them an exotic dancer or whatever. You would go on a date with one. If you do, I mean, you assume she done fucked somebody for some money before. My bad, excuse my language, but you assume that it's been, and it might not be direct exchange, but I mean, I think as a man, I think a lot of times we living in this double standard. Like we supposed to run the numbers up, and then like the pretty lady the other day said she had 35 bodies, and everybody like that's a lot. And I'm like, I mean, she fine as hell. 35 bodies ain't nothing. Like, I'm just saying.
And how much is too much? If not 35, 70 is 70 the number?
Sometimes when it gets to that point and if you're really looking for a mate, if you're just playing around, then ain't no number too high. Because if you're just playing around, you can go anywhere and make a bad decision, and you done laid with somebody who done laid with some thousand.
Would you rather have your lady have experience or not?
I think if we're looking at the extremes, I would rather her have experience. Like, I couldn't see dating a virgin versus dating a straight prostitute.
Oh yeah,
I can probably see dating a prostitute over dating a virgin right now.
Adrian says, "Hey guys, great show. Gotta go punch the clock. Rodney, I ain't got nothing but love for you, brother. Have an awesome day. Thank you, Miss Adrienne. Mad love, mad love. My miss says, that was more reasonable thinking to me. I wish guys would stop thinking cause a woman is affectionate too early that she is that way with most men. You know, Cedric Wilson is in the building. What's up, Ced? Cousin, it's always a pleasure. Hey, so Mama Miss say just because a woman is affectionate don't mean that she is like that with every guy.
And I agree, but as a man, you can imagine that you know what you've already, how your conversation and where it's been already. Some people don't have any conversation. Some men are really kind of just low on exchange of words, and as a comedian, we can make our words sound amazing. So
Right.
yeah, we feel like we might have talked her out these draws or whatever. I'm slick with the tongue, XYZ, and you got a little money to throw away. Okay. But other guys, what you got to offer. Either you got all like in that picture, it looked like he was some kind of boss or rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like she had a good idea of what he was and who he was before the first date, anyway. So,
hey, you're right about that. But hey, guys, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. That young man is Weight Ball. Weight Ball, what's next, man? What you got going on, bro, out there in these comedy streets?
Well, I'm always running the brunch shows at Uptown Comedy Corner. So black-owned establishment, the only one in Atlanta.
Does Uptown cook the food for your brunches, or do you outsource that?
So Uptown does all that. I don't have anything to do with the kitchen other than going back there and telling them, giving them my reviews on a daily basis. But I just produce the show. I'm responsible for everything on the stage. It wasn't like I just planned on doing brunch or brunch shows, but I do specialize in clean comedy. So I do a clean comedy brunch every Sunday, which is something that's not really out here. I haven't seen anywhere where they do it on a regular basis, where you can bring your whole family out and nobody get cussed out. We still tote the line, but it's a good fun time. But yeah, whatever comes out the kitchen is what comes out the kitchen. I make recommendations, but as a comedian, producing shows automatically takes away from the artistry, because now I'm responsible for the people in the seats, and then I got to greet people at the door, and I'm so accessible that because I want you to have a good time, because I'm a host of the show, and this is my personal experience for you. So I take a lot of ownership in the show, and even I do feel bad if the food from the kitchen don't come out right. You know what I'm saying? It's different chefs. Sometimes it'd be amazing. Sometimes you want to cut somebody out. So it's just like any restaurant.
Now, would you ever supply some recipes? Because I've heard tell of the legend that is Weight Ball. That you was a fabulous chef yourself.
I am. I think there's one thing that's coming that's really been on my heart. Actually, my mother started it off, and she made a couple cookbooks, like family cookbooks.
Really?
She asked all the immediate family to submit some recipes, and really kind of measure things out. So we have a real thick one, but then we also have a thinner one that you could probably easily sell for $10 or $15. So I think I'm just gonna start cooking stuff off of that cookbook, putting it on camera, putting some content out there, and sell the book too, because it's already made. So
you had to open that book and cook one thing. What you cooking?
It's hard to cook one thing, but one of the things that wasn't my recipe, she got a biscuit recipe. Okay. And it's so simple. It's just really flour and heavy cream. Mm-hmm. And any morning, you can whip these biscuits up so easily and then make some biscuits and gravy, which, it wasn't something. I'm from St. Louis. We never really was raised on it. That's something I got more hip to coming down south. But, when you make your own biscuits and gravy, you can make them real good. Regular people biscuits and gravy, it ain't no sausage in the gravy, but
right,
you make your own, that thing be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
special.
Man. Hey, that young man's Weight Ball. I'm Rodney Perry. You're tuning in Rodney Perry Live. Okay, last video of Weight Ball. Let's check this out. Hit the button. There you go.
Like, talk about you know, maybe having a weekly allowance or something.
How much was the
cut-
what?
Yeah,
How much
would be a week? Like, what's
Because
the?
that's actually what I'm used to with my significant other. Like he's always been a provider for me.
Okay.
You know,
So how much is a weekly allowance?
like my last relationship, you know, he was giving me like $2,000-3,000 every week. So between like 10 to 13,000 a month. So,
All right, Wade Ball. Hold on, let me get this the hell up out of here. First of all, the math ain't mathing. I'm not no mathematical scholar, but 2,000-3,000 don't equal 10 to 13.
2,000 to 3,000 a week. 3,000 a week come out. I guess 3,000 come out to maybe
12.
12, right?
3,000 is 2 or 3,000.
Right. So, I mean, either way, when you paying like that, you paying for control. You know what I'm saying? You paying for control. And she might also be talking about he might be paying for her apartment too. You know what I'm saying? It's she might be talking about all the money together.
Well, and you know what? I'm a provider type of dude. I believe in men providing for their significant other, their woman, their wife, their girlfriend. But at the same time, Wade Ball, $3,000 allowance on top of our bills is kind of absurd to me. What you think?
It's all about how much money you got, man. If you got millions of dollars, that ain't that much. That's nothing. You can throw that at her and then tell her shut up about herself. And it allows you to still do whatever you want. You know that you paying for your freedom. You paying so that you're not obligated to do what she say. You obligated to do whatever you want to do, and she gonna have to deal with it. Otherwise, lose 13,000 a month.
But also Wade Ball. These girls is regular looking to me. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree that they just made up. Like, you know, to me, the same way they look, that's the same way a man can make himself look like a woman. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really natural. Like it's the same. It's like the same. It's like black women look toward transgenders for their style sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
How about that? So I'm working on a movie like 2 weeks ago, right? Wade Ball. This girl is on the set. She's probably flat-footed, about a 6'2".
Tall lady,
slim. In my mind, I'm thinking, is this a nigga? Is she trans? And I had to check myself because, like, I'm not giving her a chance to be a woman. Just because of pure stature, I question her womanhood. Like, is that becoming our new normal, you think?
I mean, anytime it's a tall, slim woman, I do feel you there. Like, now I do like tall women. My mama is 5'11" or something, so she was always tall. You know, I appreciate tall women, but I like a tall. If you're tall and voluptuous, I feel a little better about it than if you're tall and kind of strong-faced, jaws and big-handed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, something you got to worry about.
It's crazy that we have to even think about that. But I mean, the girl she wasn't bad looking then. They had a thing on the internet last week that if a man looks at a trans woman and finds her attractive, he's not gay. And I'm inclined to agree because if you look at a woman at first glance and all you see is a woman, then it's okay to be attracted to that thing. But once you find out that nigga ever had a penis,
Right.
you gotta get up out of there.
If you still gonna lay with them, that's one thing. But they literally have the appearance of a woman. So, got the appearance of a woman, you are technically attracted to what you believe a woman should look like.
Right.
Now, a wolf in sheep's clothing, hell, it's in sheep's clothing.
I mean, okay. Andromeda says, if you think it's a woman, it's not gay. If you think it's a woman, yeah, I completely agree. But I mean, where's
give me 1 minute, man. I know. Give me 1 minute. I'm coming right back.
Go ahead. I'm gonna pull you off. Hey, it's Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Thank you for tuning in today. T.O. hit by a car. DC Young Fly, host of the Celebrity Square that comes on tonight. Shannon Sharpe hit the news. Y'all see this? Shannon Sharpe got his makeup done by somebody over there at First Take. And when I tell you they had that motherfucker looking like Joanna Man, it was too much. Shouts out to the great Shannon Sharpe. Nelly and Ashanti are solidifying everything. And let's not forget Jada Pinkett keeping herself. I mean, how about this? Jada Pinkett can sell a damn book. You hear me? She did all last week. Will got on the nerves, and all this week she taking it back. I'm telling you, the Smith family is tricking everybody. They said it ain't tricking if you whatever. Anyway. Thank y'all for popping in with me tonight. This afternoon. Blessings to T.O. and his family. Andromeda says Shannon Sharpe was wild for his views on women using the restroom. What did he say about that, Andromeda? I don't know that one. I don't know. But it's a lot going on. All right, anyway, I don't know exactly what Shannon said though. You had to tell me, Drama. I don't know exactly what that is. Anyway, hey, it is your boy Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Weight Ball is back. Look like I think Shannon was wild. Okay, Mr. Weight Ball.
All right,
he is back in full effect. The brunches is clean comedy at its finest, and I'm a big proponent of clean comedy. But here's my beef with clean comics, Weight Ball. You tell me if I'm a tripper. If you're just not using profanity, that's not clean to me. You know what I mean? Like I got friends that bill themselves as clean comics, but they still talk about fucking. They clean comics, but they still doing dirty material.
I totally agree. Now I totally agree with that. Like people don't, and then it's crazy. It's the people. They be the biggest clean comics. They be people who only do clean. They only be on the church circuit. You know, they not in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So first off, I do clean comedy. I do comedy for the world, and I cater to my audience. So sometimes it's clean, sometimes it's uncensored. But I'm in comedy clubs, and I'm in churches, and I'm wherever the money gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And wherever people want to laugh and have me. So, you know, but yes, I do see that. Like the people who literally they in the church, but they whole jokes be about sex, and it be about, you know, and a lot of times. And this is the churches who pick these people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people when I get booked, I'm booked by a comedian who does not do clean, and he's the headliner, and he got me as an opener, and I got a lot of material that's not centered around sex, and then they come on after me, and it's about, you know, one night stands, and they just, you know what I'm saying, they just taking out the curse words, and I mean, the church is booking them, right? So I guess how can you argue with what the audience is?
Comedy and clean comedy is two different things. And so like say for instance, you know, and you know, you and I had this conversation offline. I don't build myself as a clean comic, but I know how to do it. I'm very good at it. You know, and how about this? I believe that clean comedy goes much further. Like I did a special over at Bounce, no cursing, no profanity, and that special has got more eyeballs than anything I've ever done. You know, like I would really consider doing another clean special. You know, because it just got more eyeballs at the end of the day. It's an easy sell.
I know a lot of people that only watch comedy that comes off a dry bar. You familiar with dry bar comedy? I believe
I'm familiar with dry bar. My buddy did it. My buddy Bone did it. Yeah.
Right. So I know a lot of people doing that, and you know, it's just people are looking for something that's just not. I mean, the whole world is sexualized now. You turn on the radio, every song is graphic and vulgar, not just, it used to be kind of disguised, but on TV they just putting it in your face. It's not, so sometimes people just want to break from that and say, okay, I personally, because then they got all that on TV and then you still got to watch porn sometimes. So really, where does anything clean come in?
Wait a minute, hold on, where they come from? You got to watch porn sometimes.
They feeding you sex all the time, and then sometimes you just gonna watch sex on your own. So then sometimes you just like you purposely sometimes watch porn. Sometimes you purposely watch something that's clean. Something that's.
Hold on, wait, I got to jump in here. We just got somebody to buy a super sticker. Thank you for my YouTube audience. Hey, we got a whole 99 cents. Hey,
Granny Wowzers.
Everybody, if you're on there right now, buy something, man. Show your boys some love. Rodney Perry, we're doing the show. And like and subscribe to the show. Like and subscribe to the show. Appreciate it. Yeah, I did an interview yesterday, and the young man asked me, he was like, when it's time to listen to comedy, who do you listen to? And I'm going to pose that question to you, Away Ball. Who is your go-to comedically when you want to hear something funny?
When it comes to comedy now, being that I've been in comedy so long, it's most times, it's like, if you know the punchline before the comedian gets to the punchline, then the joke loses some of its value, right? Where the audience, your goal is to surprise them with the punchline or to take them somewhere where they, but a lot of times the setup is long.
Comedy is magic. I say it all the time.
So, lately, I watch comedy specials. I watch the ones that are big, but I don't really have one comedian. Of course, I like to watch Dave Chappelle. I think he has a level of cleverness that I don't get to see out of a lot of comedians, but for me, comedy is a little bit of everything. Like comedy is like the act out of your comedy can be funnier than the words. Sometimes true. The words can be funnier than the act out. So like for somebody like Dave Chappelle, he relies on words and tone and pause, but he's not gonna work the whole stage like a Cat Williams would.
Is he the GOAT for you, Chappelle?
I think he is definitely consistently funny on a regular basis. At one point, I would say I said Cat Williams had way more specials than Dave Chappelle, but then like in the pandemic, Dave just dropped like 4 or 5. I can't even count how many specials he has now. So it's like, okay.
I'm not mad at Chappelle. I love what he's doing with Lunel and Earthquake, and I think Donnell Rollins is coming down the pipe. Stop right there, Weeball. Andromeda Jones just dropped $199 in the coffer. Well done, Miss Andromeda. Appreciate you. And let's not forget Trina Pinkert is in the building. Miss Pink. Miss Pink. All right. I'm damn near rich with Miss Pink. You hit a whole $5.
That picture says and is,
right. And let's not forget my man.
Cheers to Victor.
With a hot 20. Man, love. And so get this way, ball coming down the pipe. Rodney Perry got a new podcast. I'm calling it Uncle Rodney Live. It will like this is live, but I'm gonna be in the same room with my guests. So we're gonna do Rodney Perry in a room with a small band, and we're gonna be talking to interesting people like yourself.
Ooh, with a band, huh? Are you gonna have a studio audience too, or?
I want a studio audience, but I don't have to have
a band. It's almost like, it's like the band is gonna play for 2. A band, you almost want a little audience for a band.
Hey, have you been paying attention to Kill Tony? The podcast?
I haven't. It's one you've been watching lately.
So these white boys is on there doing it, and they got a live band. They got people coming on doing the sets, and they kind of roast the set, and the set person roast them back. And that's the show kind of in a nutshell. And I think they're doing a great job.
I love live music though. So, anytime you add a live band, you're doing something great. You can't go wrong with that.
Indeed. Hey man, great show today, Mr. Wade Ball. Thank you for coming on today. You can catch Wade Ball at the Uptown Comedy Corner where he does his clean comedy brunch. When is the next one?
Every Sunday. And then on Saturday, we do, it ain't clean comedy. On Saturday, we do a paint and sip and karaoke. It's kind of like a party. It's not as structured as a normal comedy show, but it's always comedy. And we have a good time. It's always live music and always a free wine tasting on every one of my shows. So,
oh, wow.
Like a show that got
everything. Wine like that? Are you a wine connoisseur?
So I'm not really a wine connoisseur. It kind of just fell in my lap, but I do have a black-owned wine company that we work with, so they come out every week and they sell bottles, and their wine is amazing.
Okay.
You know, and sometimes when they can't,
I don't know everything about wine. I've been learning about it, but yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's a level of dopeness that everybody won't achieve.
Right. And then I'm learning about black-owned wine companies. So when my black-owned wine company can't come in person, the fact that I've already told everybody it's a wine tasting, I will go buy hopefully some black-owned wine, but sometimes I'll just get some cheaper wine and let them taste it. But like I've been buying Earl Stevens.
What's a good black-owned wine that I should be looking for? Is it in the grocery store or?
All right, so Earl Stevens, I bought a few bottles of his. That's E40.
That sounds like to me, Earl Stevens.
Earl Stevens, that's E40, the rapper. He's got his own wine out there.
Oh, really?
Yep, Earl Stevens, and he has a few different flavors of red, and he got a couple different types of Moscato, I believe, maybe a Chardonnay.
And he's a California dude, so he probably got a good wine.
Right. I bought the Black Girl Magic before, which is, I'm not exactly sure who the owner is, but it is a black-owned wine.
There's two black ladies are on that company, and it's they have a great story too. If you get a chance to hear that story, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but they have a great story.
But I've definitely been trying to buy more black-owned things. I've run into a black-owned vodka that I like from South Africa. I'm sorry. So, you know, I try different things, but yeah, the Earl Stevens is the one I can always find in the store, E40's wine.
Last question.
Mm-hmm.
You're a scholar, you're a comedian. What don't you do well, and how hard is it not to do that thing?
What don't I do well? I think exercise. Hell, that's the one I need to put my Fitbit on now. What the hell am I doing? I've been saying I'm gonna go to the gym for the last 6 months, and I was like, hold on now. I've been going Pound Town, but that ain't really the gym. I need to do something better. That ain't the gym. So you know, I'm spiritual, but I need to be more organized in my spirituality. Like they be saying fasting. I tried the intermittent fasting.
Right.
Just intermittent.
I've done a couple of juice cleanses in the last like 20 days.
Oh, so see, you strong. You know, I do a juice cleanse and then it be vodka in my juice or something. You can't do no juice cleanse with vodka and cranberry.
Not at all.
Like I said, I be doing the intermittent fasting, but I still ain't figured out how to eat with the mittens on. Basically, I put the mittens on for 14 hours a day. It keep me honest because I can't break no chicken wing down with no mittens on these hands. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, you find some damn mittens. How about that?
Hey, man, so it's tough out here.
We got education from the Great Weight Ball. He hipped us to Earl Stevens, which is E40's wine. I'll be looking for that today. And Weight Ball, I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. And God bless you, man. Thank you for rocking with your boy today.
My pleasure, man. Thank you.
Hey, guys, that man is Weight Ball. He's been rocking with us the whole show. Mad love, mad respect. Thank you to Victor Marshall. Thank you, Andromeda Jones. Thank you to Mama Miss and Trina Pinkard. Wow. You guys, thank you. You have no idea. This is almost bringing me to tears. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. What a show today. I got a roof guy coming, so I got to get off here. We'll talk soon. Where's my button? No, that's not it. There you go. All right, show's over.
Rodney Perry. Oh, all the way live. number one funny man. What?